Welcome to another Wellness Wednesday. This week I wanted to take some time and talk about protein. It is an extremely important part of our diet and plays a huge role in a variety of processes within our body. So a few things about the makeup of protein. Protein is made up of amino acids. And so there are two categories of amino acids. We have our non-essential and our essential amino acids. The essential amino acids have to come from our diet because our body can't produce those. Our non-essential amino acids, our body can produce them and recycle them. So our proteins make up our hormones, enzymes, a variety of other parts of our body, as well as our muscles, which is a very common, well-known part of our body that is made up of protein. When we eat protein, because it is a denser food, it does take longer to break down, and within that, it does have a very positive effect on our hunger hormones, in the sense that the more protein you eat, the more the hunger hormone, or ghrelin, goes down. Ghrelin is the hormone that tells our brain that we need to eat. So the less that is triggering our brain, we start to feel more full, we feel less of a desire to continue eating. So with that, it does help in maintaining and gaining weight loss. Protein also helps in the process of maintaining and gaining muscle mass. Depending on the type of training you do, if you are a high endurance athlete, you're going to want to eat a higher protein diet because you want to maintain that muscle mass that you have. Higher endurance athletes do have a higher risk of muscle deterioration or muscle atrophy, just due to the type of training they do in such a high volume. And they can kind of offset that with a higher protein diet as well as a little bit of weightlifting. Athletes that mostly do weightlifting for their exercise need that high protein diet to help aid in the process of gaining more muscle. Protein can come from both animal and plant sources. They are different and they do have their advantages and disadvantages, but you can get an adequate amount of protein from both sources. With our animal sources, they do have a higher level of digestibility, so your body is able to digest it better and gain more protein, where plant-based sources aren't necessarily as good. Our animal sources also have more of those more essential amino acids, so we want to make sure that we get a variety of plant-based protein sources if that is going to be our main source of protein. And then to make sure that we are getting a proper amount of protein intake, that is going to be dependent on our body weight as well as our activity level. For a fairly simple way to figure out how much protein you should be eating, you want to take your body weight in pounds and then divide by 2.2. So that'll give you an estimate of the amount of kilograms your body mass is. And then depending on your activity level, you will multiply that either by 0.85 if you're not very active, 1.4 if you are active, and then 2.0 if you're an extremely active individual. And that will give you a minimum amount of protein that you should be consuming each day.